me. Ah, man. What an interesting weekend we were through with PSX. And so much goodwill following. I mean, we had the wonderfulness that was Crash Bandicoot. I love doing that impression. And it was just so cool to see Crash Bandicoot come back. And like, we'll have Crash Team Racing at a later date for DLC. Who can say? The other one thing I'm wondering with Crash Bandicoot is, will they up the difficulty? Chances are yes. And two, do I control it with a D-pad like I did back in the day, or do I control it with a stick? And on the subject of controls, I was thinking that at PSX they were going to give us a new controller, you know, like a Pro controller, like what Xbox has, because their Xbox One Pro controller is a nice bit of kit, you know, pricey, yes, but like with a lot of things with electronics, you get what you pay for, you know. And it would be nice if we had something other than these, because these controllers are fugly. I don't like these controllers. I don't like this one or this one. No. They don't look right. They look uncomfortable. They're just horrible. Why can't Sony do their own Pro controller? Because you know it would be awesome, you know. And it's like, I don't get it. And you're like, and at some point, you know, the word is that they will end up doing a second generation of Move controller, because, you know, as good as the Move controllers are, and I've got two of them, you know. I originally got two of them when I used to play the Fight Lights Out. I love that game, even though the critics hated it. I loved it. It's like, there probably does need to be an upgrade, because, you know, this is new tech, and, you know, if you're using controllers that are from last generation, you have to wonder how good they can really be for doing the job at hand. But, you know, it's all good. I still like them. There doesn't appear to be any functionality for my nav, however, and possibly might not be any functionality for my sharpshooter, considering that the gun attachment that we've all seen, I forget what they call it now, aim, that's it, aim, is coming, and even though it looks a bit like a sex toy, you know, it's like it is a nice unit. I mean, I've held one and it is very comfortable and it is very accurate and just have some lovely features which I've spoken about in previous videos. I still prefer my sharpshooter, you know, and it's like it doesn't have a stock or anything, but like I said, I've spoken of that before. But yeah, I would have liked the Sony to also have mentioned some new functionality for trophies. You know, like when you're doing a long form trophy, like, you know, do such and such of a thing so many times, you know, especially for online ones, if it could keep score and give you a percentage on the trophy. So like this big trophy where you're doing this big thing for a long period of time, you have gotten 15% of the trophy, you have gotten 25% of the trophy, 50% of the trophy. You know, if it could tell you how much of the trophy you've got done, that would be so useful. Also, you know, if you could do the trading thing with trophies, like our brothers and sisters of PlayStation got to do in North America, where basically, you know, you earn enough trophies, they put out a little promotion, you trade those trophies in, you actually make them useful, and you can get some cool stuff, whether it be codes or t-shirts or whatever. I mean, Nintendo does something like that, and there's like, you know, Nintendo can do it, then why can't Sony? You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And of course, you know, there are other things along the way, but the main thing I'm trying to stress is that PlayStation, be careful, okay? You've got to stay on top of this. I've got a lot of goodwill behind you. Developers like what you're doing, the press likes what you're doing, and a good amount of us, the gamers, like what you're doing. Now, you're by no means perfect, you know. You know the things you haven't done, the things you really should be doing, you know, and the things we all ask for, and we realise that these things sometimes take time. Another thing I would really like to see for Sony is actually to get in partnership with Game. And the reason I want them to get into partnership with Game, some of you may recall that recently I did a video where I tried to get a bit of support from you guys so I could go to Sony and say, hey, look, you know how you put PSX on in cinemas in North America and show it to large bodies of people and make an event out of it? Well, let's do that here. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get much in the way of support because I'm just, you know, one little YouTuber with like just over 200 subs as it stands at the moment, you know. So obviously I need to be a bigger YouTuber to make this happen, if at all. However, Game, if they were to do it, if Game were to go, right, we'll put PSX on in cinemas, and let's extend it even further. Let's say we put on the keynotes from E3 of Sony, Microsoft, Ubisoft, Bethesda, and probably even EA. Although, you know, maybe not EA, I don't know. You know, if they were to do that and sell the tickets, it'd be revenue for them, and Game could do with another revenue stream because, you know, let's face it, traditional hard copy software sales are decreasing. There's no getting around it; they are decreasing. Now, I prefer a disc over a download any day of the week, but you know they are decreasing. Game's model mostly these days is selling DLC packs, although most people just go, well, why do that when I could just go and get them offline? Selling merchandise like statues and clothing items and mugs and, you know, little doodads like that. And they're trade-ins, you know. That is the one thing that really keeps Game going, is the trade-ins. But, you know, they're considering how much they're getting kicked in the teeth on price, you know, by big shops like Asda, you know, Tesco and Sainsbury's, because they're so much bigger. And then the internet comes along and the internet goes, right, you're selling on your website for this, well, we're selling on our website for that. It doesn't look good for Sony, it doesn't look good for Game. But if Game were to get in bed with Sony, you know, and some of the other developers, you know, as in the case for E3, and put the keynotes on cinema screens around the UK, like, you know, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, Newcastle, you know, Swansea, Cardiff, Belfast, you know, London, you know, all big cities, you know, with good population centres. I make a PlayStation event out of that. That would be absolutely awesome. You'd sell some tickets. You could probably even make it a deal with the people who got either a reward card or better yet, even the app. Get some proper app engagement. You know, if the people brought the tickets through the app, you know, that they'd get like a discount or maybe even like like a extra good goodie bag along with. You know, make an event out of it, Game. You know. I think that would be really, really cool, especially when it comes to PSX. You know, merge it with the actual PSX experience that is gotten, because a lot of people are like me, you know, they're low wage, they've got a family, you know, they can't really take the time off work to go swanning off to North America for 2 days, you know, hotel rooms and flights and food and car rental, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of outlay, you know, for a video game conference. As much as I love video games and I really dig Sony, it's a lot of money for that kind of thing. And maybe when I'm a bigger YouTuber I can do that, because, you know, maybe some channel revenue would help me go over there and do that kind of thing for you guys, and I would deeply love to do that for you. But as it stands at the moment, I can't. So events such as I'm proposing are pretty much my only hope. But Sony kept it going. I mean, they gave us a lot of Vita stuff, which is always awesome, you know. They brought out some cracking games. I mean, like I said, Crash Bandicoot, Last of Us 2, the new Wipeout game. Not Sekiro Parappa the Rapper. I never liked it back in the day. I'm not going to like it now. Some people go, heresy! Call yourself a Sony fan, you don't like Parappa the Rapper? Well, I just don't. Anyway, guys, I think I've taken up enough of your time, so I'm going to say this now. Please remember to rate, favourite, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think down below. And of course, as always, nae bother.